Are you ready? Tell me what you know about this game so far.
Well, I know that I'm going to have to pretend to be myself because to take on the characteristics of a character, I'm not good with imaginative type play. You know that from the D&D we did. You kept yelling at me.
Okay, here's the thing. I yelled at you, but I didn't yell at you. You were really stressing out the other players because they felt like you were judging what they were doing based on who they are in real life instead of just like buying into it as a character. Like when Allison was like, my character goes and and talks to the bartender, and you were like, oh, Allison, that's so funny. Allison's just like that, and it's like, but Allison isn't Allison. Allison is a character.
That's like it reminds me of Gilligan's Island. Marianne isn't Marianne anymore. Marianne is Ginger. They had a whole show about that where they changed
Yeah.
personas.
Oh my god. Well, this is a solo game usually. So it's designed to be played by one person, which is why we're playing it together so that we are playing as one person. So it's like you don't have to do as much like role play where like we're talking to each other playing characters. We're talking to each other about what we think our character might be doing.
Okay.
Okay. So it's called My Brain is a Stick of Butter, an introspective solo game about life with ADHD by Adam Bell. My Brain is a Stick of Butter, words, art, and game design by Adam Bell, editing and other support by Sasha Lee. Preface. Are you ready for this? This was written by the author. My Brain is a Stick of Butter is a game that I originally wrote for myself. Hi, Joff! Welcome in, TTRPG X Gilligan Island pipeline. Would you play if I wrote you a Gilligan's Island episode of a tabletop role-playing game?
Me, I definitely would. That was a show I grew up with.
Oh my god, okay.
That and Lost in Space. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger, danger.
Okay, Lost in Space or Gilligan... How do you spell Gilligan's Island?
Gilligan. Gilligan.
Okay. Just making a note for myself later. Okay, preface to the second edition. My Brain is a Stick of Butter is a game that I originally wrote for myself. It was an idea I had spontaneously around the time I started really taking tabletop game design seriously. I was daydreaming about the games I'd like to make and thinking about the struggles ADHD has given me for every other creative outlet I've tried to take seriously over the course of my life. As these two thought streams converged, the bulk of this game's design emerged in my head. I quickly wrote down a rough draft before the inspiration passed, which included the short essay on the next page. It felt good to write. I played the game and it modeled my ADHD surprisingly well, so I released it online. I wasn't prepared for the way it was received by friends and strangers alike. People I've known for a long time told me it helped them understand me better. Others who have ADHD themselves told me they tried playing it and had to quit because it felt too real. When I tabled at a convention, more people than I can count were super interested in the one remaining dinky little zine of that original version I had out for display, and sad to hear that the few available copies had already sold out. I originally intended this game to be something personal that I made and put up on the internet for whoever might come across it, expecting it to be mostly unremarked on. This edition exists so that I can get the game into more hands, so that more people can see themselves and their loved ones in the way it's played. The rules of the game remain unchanged for the original version, but are now easier for me to produce and easier for you to play and share. Enjoy. About the game. This game puts you in the shoes of someone living with ADHD. Play as yourself or a fictional character, so we'll make up a fictional character since there's two of us, and live out the events of a week. Do your best to juggle your chores, work, and social obligations while also finding time for your relaxation. Roll the brain die and pull from a deck of cards to see how well you stay on track. Keep track of your progress using task clocks and simulate your slippery working memory by writing what you do on the whiteboard and erasing it when you get pulled away. This is a game that you play with yourself about what it's like living with a brain like mine in a world like ours. I'm not a psychiatrist, but one did diagnose me with ADHD about 9 years ago. I was a college student struggling to get through my classes in pursuit of a degree I had totally lost interest in. With the amount of student debt I was accruing, I didn't want to switch my major to something more enjoyable at that point. With the help of many patient friends, thank you Zach, thank you Ree, I ended up graduating with a BS in physics. I don't remember most of the details of the higher level courses, but I'm glad I finished. This diagnosis recontextualized a lot about my life, from the early parent-teacher conversations where I got to hear about how much of a procrastinator I was, to the fact that pulling a bell was a phrase that meant you lost something or left it in a car with my group of friends. In the years since, I've developed various ways to cope with the wildly inconsistent degrees of successes. Medication works, but it makes my jaw clench and my food taste bad, so I don't like to take it very often. But the other various tricks and methods that you can find online usually work for a little while. Nothing will fix the problem permanently, it's just the way my brain is wired. ADHD is often still portrayed by way of a hyper child who can't sit still, or an easily distractible person chasing a squirrel, which isn't very helpful to understand what it actually is. The basic explanation I've come across is that ADHD simply restricts a person's agency when it comes to choosing where to apply attention. I might want to do my job, clean my apartment, or cook dinner, but there's a stick of butter in my skull that would rather slip over to something else. In an ideal world, this would be fine. There's so much to do after all, so having people excel in floating between multiple tasks could be really handy if everybody was working together to ensure that material needs were met across the board. But in a world held in the jaws of capitalism, where everyone needs to sit still and be obedient worker for the brunt of their waking hours, and still somehow find time for chores, socializing, personal enjoyment, being unable to choose what you focus on, can lead to a lot of shit stacking up over time. This may not be the most fun game, but I hope it can be an illustrative one. My experience is by no means universal, but it's certainly not unique either. Please feel free to let me know your thoughts or share with me your playsheet so I can see how many people can do all this shit in a week. I'm on Twitter. You can also navigate to butterfeedback.adambell.games to show me your playsheet and share any thoughts you have about the game. I love hearing people's thoughts and about playing any of my games, but this one feels special. Okay. What do you think?
I'm ready.
All right. Pick an unused play sheet, which is what I'm sharing with you, the image of this thing in Canva.
I need a pen and paper.
Well, I'll keep track of it here, but if you need to write stuff down, you definitely can grab some quick, because we're all good if you want to grab something.
Okay. Go.
So we have our unused play sheet. And then collect a d6 to be your brain die, a deck of cards, and a pencil. I have all of those things, but if you want to get a dice...
I need a dice?
You don't need to. I have one, but if you want to roll...
I don't have those d6 things. I don't.
Yeah, you do. A d6 is just a regular dice. There are 6 sides to it. That's all a d6 means.
Yeah, but they don't have numbers on it.
Yeah, but they have 6 sides, and the sides have numbers, right?
Oh, they do have numbers? Yeah,
well, you have
black and red.
Oh, these have numbers on them. Yeah, these say 6.
Okay.
5, 2. It's the same as a normal die, except for instead of having pips, which are the dots on die, these just have the numbers.
Okay.
Okay. The default is to play as yourself, but you can play as a fictional character. Who should we play as?
Stella.
Stella. Okay. Tell me about Stella. Name, pronouns, what does Stella look like?
She's a teacher.
Okay. Stella's job is teacher.
She's 50. Well, wait, what are you, 29?
I'm 29.
Wait, I'm 20. No, you're 13. 9, 2, 4. She's 46 years old. That's the average between the two of us.
Okay. She's 46 years old. What do you think she looks like?
Little on the fluffy side. Oh, wait, I get choices?
Yeah, do you want to pick one of these? Do any of these excite you?
Well, I think...
What about that one?
Yeah, either her or the one to the upper right of her.
This one?
No, I like the one with glasses better. Go back to the one you had. Okay. She's got a turtleneck and glasses. That's good.
Classic. All right, we'll put her in her little portrait slot. Cute. Cute. Okay, then the next thing that we need is, yeah, we've got her current job, 2 friends or family members. What do we think? Who do we think she spends time with?
Her sister.
Okay, what do you think her sister's name is?
Sue. Sue and Stella.
That's super cute. I like that. And then what do you think her other friend's name is? Or family members. Could be family. Could be friends.
Let's do cousin Sam.
A lot of S names in this family.
Short for Samantha.
Cute. Okay. A new hobby.
What?
A new hobby and an old hobby, and something that she does to relax.
Well, we know she likes to read to relax.
All right, so we'll put a little book back there for how to relax.
What do you think her hobbies are? I've never been good with hobbies.
I mean, I think you're doing great. I think maybe do you think she likes to garden?
Oh, that's such a pain. It's easier to go to the farmer's market. She learned that. She learned that in her 30s.
That it's easier to go to the farmer's market?
Yeah, she started off gardening and flowering, and then it's like, oh my God, it's easier to just go buy a plant.
So what do you think that hobby is? Or I guess she could go to the farmer's market to relax, and reading could be the old hobby, and then she could have a new hobby.
Well, maybe she relaxes just watching TV.
Okay.
And one of her hobbies is reading. Can reading be?
Yeah, reading is a hobby. I would say reading is one of both of our hobbies. Right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And then what do you think her new hobby is?
She's taking up cooking lessons.
All right.
Cooking for what?
How about which one of these do you think is best for cooking for one? I should just search cooking probably. Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, do that one.
All right. New hobby, cooking. Finally, write on the whiteboard the last thing you did for each of the 4 tasks. The 4 tasks are, we've got work, we've got chores, we've got socializing, and we've got enjoyment.
Socializing was lunch out with friends.
Okay.
Can you do that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so socializing was a lunch out.
Just getting these on the right angle or it's going to make me a little crazy. Which is like probably the opposite of... Alright.
Are you ADHD where it's got to be all symmetrical?
I don't think that's ADHD. I think that's just, I don't think I have a formal mental illness about that. I think I just am...
mental illness, let me tell you.
Well, you know I'm mentally ill.
No, that's not something to joke about.
No, I really am.
I think
you know that.
Family is getting this anxiety stuff, and I don't understand it.
Well, I think you've learned a lot about it in the last... Honestly, in the last 3 years, you've learned a lot more about anxiety than you ever knew before.
Well...
In a way that I think it's helped me that you understand it more. Socializing.
I felt it when I was flying alone.
Yeah.
Not flying alone, but getting through the airport.
That is anxiety inducing.
That's where I was very anxious.
What do you think? Chores, the last chore she did, I think she unloaded the dishwasher.
Okay.
And then what do you think she did for work last?
Telephone calls? Oh no, she's a teacher.
Called a parent?
Lesson plans.
There you go. And then enjoyment. What do you think the last thing is she did for fun?
Well, watch TV, walk the dogs.
All right, she watched TV. Okay, I think we should have a more fun font for the thing in the middle, so hang on one second.
How come the older you get, when you fall asleep, you drool more?
Is that true?
I think so.
Oh boy.
I've
No.
noticed that happening lately, and I'm like, what the heck?
All right, the play sheet, you see how these different circles are on here? The play sheet has different pie charts on it for each of the tasks, as well as one for the current day. These are referred to as clocks. When a rule instructs you to tick a clock, fill in the next segment of the corresponding pie chart. So I just need a little, like a check mark or something. That's great. We'll take a little check mark. We'll make that little check mark small so that we can copy and paste it in those areas when we need it. Okay. Okay. How to play a day. In this game, a day is represented by the today clock. That's this green one over here. There are 6 rounds per day, 2 of which will ideally be spent sleeping. To start your day, review your task clocks and decide what task you'd like to start on. Search the deck for a card of that suit and put it on top of the discard pile, then reshuffle the deck. For each round, follow the rules for how to play a round, and then tick the today clock. The first 4 rounds take place during your waking hours, but the final 2 are when sleep beckons. You may choose to continue acting during these hours, but each time you do, mark off a box on the sleep debt tracker. This won't have any mechanical effects in the week that you'll play out in this game, but the accumulation of sleep debt does catch up on you. Once the day is over, mark it off on the box on the week tracker, and then clear the ticks on the day clock. Begin the next day. Once the week is over, that's it. In the in closing section, talks about what to do when the game is over. How to play a round. First, decide if you'd like to divert your attention to a different task than the active one. The active one is always the one corresponding to the suit of the card at the top of the discard pile. If you're switching, choose the task you're switching to and pull a number of cards equal. Okay. I gotta shuffle our deck of cards here. I went to the dollar store and I got us cards. Pretty sure I already had cards.
A deck of cards.
I'm pretty sure I already had cards, but I was at the dollar store for other stuff for the fundraiser, and I was like, just in case, because some games have you oh my god, I can't get this. Some games have you open the or some cards have you like destroy the deck of cards. Some games have you destroy the deck of cards. There we go. Jesus. I don't know. Do you shuffle cards well? I definitely don't shuffle cards well. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Why are you lying to me?
I'm working on these necklaces. I told you that.
Oh, I forgot. I had to ask.
These got all knotted up, and they were gifts to you when you were little.
Yeah.
I want to get them rehung up in that jewelry box for you so you can decide what you want to keep or not keep. Wow, I sound grovelly. Did you shuffle?
I'm shuffling right now. It's a brand new deck, so I figured I better shuffle it a couple times. Okay. We're shuffled. And we're
Okay.
gonna go a little bit slower through the round. Okay, so using the whiteboard. When writing on the whiteboard, be as detailed or as brief as you like. It's important to paint a clear picture to yourself of what you spent the time doing. Using the info you wrote down during character creation as inspiration when thinking about the different tasks. Remember your hobbies and the people you need to call. To determine how working on your chosen task goes, roll the brain die and refer to the reference sheet and on the play sheet to see what you get done. If you... Okay.
Oh, I see the brain died reference sheet. Okay. I didn't see that there at first.
Steps in a day. Okay. Erase the today clock. We've done that. Divert. Okay. Decide starting task. Discard card at today's suit and shuffle the deck. Okay. What do you want to try to work on first?
Well, what day of the week is it? Monday?
Yep, we start with Monday.
Okay, then you got to get ready and go to work.
All right. Which work is... What suit? Work is spades. So, okay. We'll have a spades card out so that I don't forget. And first decide if you'd like to divert your attention to a different task than the active one. The active task is always the one corresponding to the suit of the card at the top of the discard pile. Okay, great. We've got that. If you're switching, choose the task you're switching to and pull a number of cards equal to the unfilled ticks in that clock. Okay, we want to do work. We're starting with work. Working on tasks. To determine how working on your chosen task goes, we'll roll the brain die. Are you ready?
Go.
Okay, that's a 6. Big time focus. Mark 2 ticks on task clock. Write what got you hooked. Okay, so
Monday morning, start of the week, you got to get going.
It's just like the fresh week that got us hooked?
Yep, because you were well rested over the weekend. Joking here, I don't know why.
Focused on... executing...
It's the start of the work week. You're always good on Mondays because you had all weekend, you know, you're with family, got to have some fun, got outside. Very, very important to get outside.
All right, to determine how working using the whiteboard. Da, da, da. Okay, steps in a round. Divert attention. Okay, we remember the roll brain die. Mark off the next tick in the today clock. Okay, so we did that. Now we gotta keep going. What should we work on next on this Monday? We've done work. We got a ton done because we were focusing. Should we do more work or should we do something else?
Well, they don't tell you like what time of day or anything it is. It's just
No, that's
Monday.
up to us to sort of guess as we go because we're sort of modeling the like...
Okay,
it's like a jumble of like, this is everything we have to get done today.
Okay, let's get some socializing in because you can socialize while you're at work.
Okay, so divert attention to a different task. We're going to draw cards equal to the number of unfilled steps in the new task. So that's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If any of the suits match, we can switch to it. Oof. If not, which what did we say? We're socializing. I got no hearts. So that means that we actually can't switch to socializing. That means if no cards match the suit, the task represented by the drawn card distracts you in some way and becomes the active task you were trying to switch to. So instead, we can't... No. We can't go to lunch. The card we drew is still a spades card. We're so focused on work. We can't get up from our desk.
Okay, so we skip lunch and we keep working.
We skipped lunch. We keep working. So that
Or
means
be realistic. We eat while we work.
we definitely eat while we work, but we're like stuck at our desk trying to do this, even though we know we should go to lunch. If you'd rather continue the task you were trying to switch to, you can erase one tick from the distractions clock, write on the whiteboard what you noticed and ignored about the task you erased. Okay, so if one of the cards drawn matches suit, no. If no cards match a suit, the task most represented by the drawn cards, okay, which is spades, because there's 4 spades cards in here, so that is work. Becomes the active task, which we are gonna, I think, let happen right now.
Okay, so we have to stay at work?
So we're staying at work, so we're gonna erase our lunch out with our friends. So right now we have no socializing. We're just working. Gonna roll the die. That's a 3. Now we get sidetracked. Erase the whiteboard and pull a card. Mark 1 tick on the drawn task and switch.
Should we get another work task?
So yeah, we filled that one in. We marked that off. We'll put more time is passing. And switch or stick to the current task. Do you want to... What do you want to do?
Work. We got to get some of the other ones.
Okay, so which one do you want to try again?
Let's try socializing, because you got to socialize a little bit.
You gotta. Okay, this time we did get one socializing. Okay. So now we are going to try to socialize. That's a 3. We're also kind of sidetracked while we're socializing. But erase the whiteboard, pull a card, mark 1 tick on the drawn task, and switch or stick to the current task. Do you want to...
I want to stick to the current task because we need to socialize a little to get up our energy to do other stuff before we get home.
All right. Well, we're already 3/4 of the way through the day.
Oh boy, we better get some chores done. Oh wait, yeah. Chores are
Chores?
next.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
This shows
6.
us... Wait, you can't see what I'm tapping at. That little green circle shows us like the time of day.
Yes. The green circle is tracking the time of day. Chores are clovers. Yes. Okay, good. We had one in the stack, so we can switch to it. We got a 4. So much to do. Mark 1 tick on the task clock. Pull to switch tasks. Write what you accomplished and what pulled you away. Okay, so we're doing this, and then we get distracted by enjoyment. So something that we enjoy distracted us. What distracted us?
Talking on the phone.
Sue called, and we immediately, and Stella stopped. Because we were doing chores, right?
Right, we were doing chores.
Honestly, probably, and Stella's speed clean slowed to a crawl. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
She was doing chores, and then she was like, oh my god. Oh, hi, Corson, welcome in.
Corson.
Corson gave Al a wave, but I think he's in the other room. Hi, Al, sir, come in here. Absolutely incredible. So, all right, we tried to do chores, but our sister called and we got super distracted. It pulled us away. That time has passed now, which I think I haven't marked off yet. So we talked to our sister. We're supposed to go to bed now. So mark off the next day in the day clock. If it's Z's, if we're not sleeping, which honestly we probably should sleep for now.
Yeah, because we worked so hard today.
Yeah. We had a pretty good day. I will say we rolled pretty high. So we started off in a pretty good place, but I'm sure as the week goes on, it'll be harder for us. Okay, so Monday's done. It's Tuesday now.
Okay.
Because we are going to try to sleep those first two. Let me just make sure we close out the day the right way.
Because it's Tuesday, we have to start with work again. Did I lose you?
No, I'm here. It's Tuesday. We should start with work again.
We have to. It's a work week.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so there's 3 left on here, so we're going to see if we can focus on work or not. It might be tough. Okay, we pulled a spade card, which means we can focus on work, which is great. Gonna go ahead and roll our brain die and see how we did. That's a 4. So much to do. Mark 1 tick on the task clock.
Now let's get out of work.
And then pull to switch tasks. So write what you accomplished and write what pulled you away. So we pulled a heart card, which is socializing. So I went into work, got through a few classes, and then what happened? And then my coworker, because we get distracted socializing. So who are we socializing with?
The coworker?
Well, do you think it's a coworker, or do you think we leave work?
No, it's definitely a coworker when you're at work because you make friends at work.
Yeah. What happens? What are we doing?
We're visiting. We're chatting. We're talking about her husband going out drinking again.
Amazing.
Oh, there goes Fiona.
Amazing. I went into work, got through a few classes, and then my coworker came into a classroom to gossip about her spouse. All right, do we want to do more work? We only need 2 more works to get through the week.
We got to get out of work because we got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday left, so we're going to have to take a day off.
Yeah, probably. I mean, we'll see, right? Because also, conceptually, we could be at work, but not, not doing our best job at work, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're currently... That goes there. That was our first thing of the day. Now, do you want to keep enjoyment, or move to, or sorry, keep socializing, or try to move to something else?
We better get some chores done. We'll pretend it's after work.
Yeah, we leave work. We figured some stuff out. Okay, we gotta do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chances to get a clover. All right, no clovers. So instead, there are more hearts than anything else, which means we immediately get home and are distracted by enjoyment. So what do you think?
We turn the TV on and Phil Donahue's on. Well, he's not on anymore. Oprah, she's not on anymore. Ellen's off too, isn't she?
Yeah, is sucked into a new television show.
Yeah, Murder, She Wrote.
An old television show.
An old television show.
All right, she's sucked into a Murder, She Wrote. 30 times Lego, how y'all doing? Not her husband going out drinking again. Shake my head. Tammy is an iconic role player and you love to see it. See, this is what I'm telling her. I'm telling her that she can absolutely do it and that she's figuring it out. Like, I think we're getting her there. I think the key here with Mom After All is to start with a game that we can play together like this, where the role-playing stakes are low.
Fiona, stop.
All right, we gotta check off that. All right, do you want to keep doing enjoyment, or do you want to
we gotta do some chores.
All right, we'll try again to do chores.
We gotta vacuum.
We have to vacuum. The cat hair is everywhere. Okay,
I was
again,
thinking
we
dogs.
cannot do chores. We are overwhelmed, this time distracted by socializing again.
The phone rings.
Sue called last time. Maybe this time Samantha calls.
Oh, yeah. Talking about her sister in the hospital.
Calls no chores achieved. Samantha called to talk about her sister in the hospital?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We
Well, no
have
wonder
drinking spouses and people in the hospital at 46. Trust
You're
me,
right.
you fall apart at 42.
Oh my god, that's such a specific age. Why is 42 when you fall apart?
I just know it.
All right, should we keep socializing or should we try to do something else?
We may as
Should
well
we try
keep
to do the chores again?
Okay, try the chores. We got to get a load of washing.
Oh, I think I forgot to roll for the socializing. So let me roll for that quick before we try something else. Oh, that's a 1. Erase the whiteboard. Erase a tick in the current clock. Write what pulled your focus away. Erase a tick in the current clock. So that's socializing. Write what pulled your focus away. What pulled our focus away when Samantha called?
Health concerns.
But I got distracted thinking about
my own health worries.
My own health anxiety and didn't listen.
I need to eat better. I need to lose weight. I need to give up chocolate. I shouldn't smoke. I shouldn't run around the house in my PJs.
I mean, you should always run around the house in your PJs. Let's not. She plays so well. We gotta get a load of washing. You're absolutely right, Corson. Like Corson's coming in here to compliment your role playing, and I think that's good. It's absolutely true.
Because I've watched you and Corson play, and I'm trying to learn from the background.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
The ones I enjoyed the most were the old ladies.
Oh my gosh, those are so fun. I want to do another one of those soon, I think. I really enjoyed
those.
Well, you could play in that game. Danny would love to have you.
That was a good one to watch.
Yeah. All right, how do we want to try to end our day here?
Sleep.
Okay. All right, so that means we clear these off. Tuesday is done. All right, how do you want to try to start Wednesday?
Well, let's take a shower. Would that be enjoyment?
You tell me.
Oh, we're going to get up and walk. We're going to get up and walk the dogs before we go to work. That's enjoyment.
All right. So we're going to go for enjoyment. We have 4 left to hit that. Enjoyment. We did get a heart. Okay, great. Let's see how it goes. How our walk goes. That's a 4. So much to do. Mark 1 tick on the task clock. And pull to switch tasks. That's a spade. So that means we are distracted with work. Write what you accomplished and write what pulled you away. So we go to...
We're at work now after we walk the dogs.
Well, we were walking the dogs and then remembered it's dissection day. So we had to cut it short to get to work on time.
Okay.
I think there might be one more feature of this. Hang on. I think I'm missing one thing. Once you've established which task you're working towards, think about the last thing you did to tick that clock. If you can't remember where you were in the task, move to the next step. But if it's something that you can no longer remember and it was removed from the whiteboard, erase a tick that represents that you need to retrace your state. Okay, I think we're okay on that front.
Okay.
I think we're okay on that front. Okay. Okay, We just walked the dogs. We went into work. We're at work. Do we want to try to work for this round?
It is Wednesday. As they say, hump day. Let's kick it back and socialize a little.
All right, we're going to try to socialize. That's 2, 3, 4. Socializing is a diamond. We did get a diamond. Thank goodness. All right, let's
This time
see.
the Latino custodian comes in and wants to chat about his life.
What's his name?
What? Wait. What was his name?
Are you making up a real person?
Yeah, but I can't remember his name.
Oh my god. Well, make up a fake name.
Well, we'll go with Juan, but I don't think that was his name. He lives up the road. What's that guy's name?
I don't know.
Oh, God. This is going to drive me nuts. Well, I know I might be able to.
Oh, wait, we rolled another 4, so...
A heart or just a 4?
Juan and I were cleaning up after the dissection. And what do we get distracted by? We get distracted by work. And students come in who need immediate assistance. So we get distracted. We do get to mark off that we did socialize, but we get distracted and get pulled into work. We don't get to mark that off because that's not the one that we rolled. But that's that. Then, okay, our next section of today. This is the last section of today. What do we want to do?
It's the last section for Wednesday?
Yep. Unless you want to stay up late.
Now we want enjoyment.
On enjoyment? Okay.
Julio! His name was Julio!
Oh my gosh. All right, enjoyment. What do we do? What do we do for enjoyment?
We
have Julio come over?
No. Oh God, no. I would say for enjoyment, I think it's time we just read.
I think you're right.
Just do some reading. Like we're into a mystery novel or something.
Let's see how it goes. That's a 6. Big time focus. Mark 2 ticks on the task clock. Write what got you hooked. And the twists are A+! Exclamation mark.
What do they mean, what got you hooked?
Because the 6 one represents like hyper focus. Do you know what that is?
Oh, like no matter what happens, you're going to do that.
Yeah, like a part of ADHD, a symptom of ADHD is this like hyper focus where even if you want to be doing something else, where like sometimes the like brain paralysis of like, I know that I need to shower. I literally smell horrible, but I can't stop working on this thing because I'm so engrossed in it. Like this book is so good. I will not be able to put it down until I am done with it. You know?
You can shower.
Yeah, I mean, ADHD is hard. Because it's like, right, we're representing the fact that we're not always fully in control of our own brain, right? We're rolling a die to see if we can do our tasks or not. All right, so we go to sleep. We managed to go to sleep at a reasonable hour.
Now it's Thursday.
Amazing. Now it's Thursday. All right.
Wake up and go to work.
You want to try to do work?
We have to do work. It's Thursday.
Well, we can't do work because I just drew clubs and hearts. So I think we can't go to work because our apartment is so dirty. Our house is so dirty. We get distracted. We call in sick and try to clean.
Okay.
Right? Because we can't. We just can't go into work.
We only got one chore. We got to get some of these chores done.
Yeah, and we can't. Our brain is like, I cannot leave the house. Yeah, see, Corson, me hyperfixating on Sonny Carisi for the last 4 months straight. I could think of nothing else. Even when I would start doing something else, he would creep in. Is that a race car driver? I don't know who that is.
Carisi is from a TV show.
Sonny Carisi? I don't know who Sonny Carisi is.
He's a detective or something. Corson, help out. Who's Sonny Carisi? Oh, he's the attorney.
SVU.
SVU. Gosh, I like that show.
That's so funny. All right, let's see how our chores go.
Does she have a crush on him?
I don't know. Let's find out.
That
Corson, do you
her
have a crush
celebrity
on Sonny
crush?
Carisi? I call in sick to work in favor of cleaning the house. We hyper focus on cleaning. The satisfaction of dust removal pulls me in for hours.
Who was my celebrity crush on Criminal Minds? What was his name?
Christopher Maloney, Elliot Stabler. Oh, on Criminal Minds. David
I
Rossi.
didn't like Elliot at all.
David
Elliot,
Rossi.
David Rossi. She's got Elliot. No, she doesn't have Elliot.
She's got Sonny Carisi. I wouldn't call it a crush. I don't know. I just literally thought about him. This was January to April 2022. I literally could not function. I don't know. I wouldn't call it a crush. I just only thought about him. Corson, do you have ADHD? Do you have ADHD, Corson? Amazing. Okay, we do that. We get a lot done on our chores because we hyper focused on it. Do you want to continue to do chores?
Yeah. Oh, we've got all our enjoyment done? Well, we're obviously having too much fun.
I will say we've rolled very well.
We better stick to chores.
All right.
It's Thursday. Yeah, let's try to get the chores done before the weekend.
Oh my God, we hyper focus on chores again. I rolled another 6. We're really manifesting the high functioning portion of ADHD. Not formally diagnosed, but I absolutely have every symptom, and a self-diagnosis has helped me understand every aspect of my life thus far. Yes, that is completely understandable. Danny is going through a similar thing right now where he's not formally diagnosed yet, but multiple doctors have been like, maybe we should do this test for you. So we'll see if he does that or not. But I do think, like, even for people who aren't getting diagnosed with certain things, it's so helpful to like I use some of the tricks that people talk about with ADHD just because like neurotypicality is kind of like is real but also fake, and that there are so many different types, like neurotypes, that exist in the world, that like everybody's brain works a little bit differently, and there are going to be strategies that work for people. Yeah. Anyway, we have to erase the whiteboard because I forgot everything we were doing. Ah! Yeah, when you forget, you have to erase the whiteboard because that's what it's like having ADHD. It's just gone. All right, we were doing chores. We hyper-focused. It's... Okay.
Thursday. We gotta go to work. Oh no, we called in sick.
It's the end of the day on Thursday. How do we want to try to finish Thursday?
We cleaned all day. We want to socialize a little.
All right.
Oh, I wanted to say socializing for the weekend, though.
Well, luckily, we did draw a card that allows us to socialize, so let's see how this goes.
Okay, because we cleaned our kitchen.
Oh
let's go out to dinner with somebody.
Yeah, we go out to dinner with somebody. Who are we going out to dinner with?
We are going to take ourselves out to dinner all by ourselves, and we are going to do a drive-thru, and we're going to get Burger King.
Whoa.
We're getting Whoppers. That's enjoyment.
Oh my God, I had Burger King yesterday. Danny and I, we saw a play. We saw She Kills Monsters that a friend of ours directed. And, wait, weren't we supposed to be socializing? How is a solo drive-through trip to Burger King socializing?
That won't be socializing. Okay.
Honestly, I think that means we failed the round. I think I have to say that given that this is a game about ADHD, we absolutely got distracted from going to something else and went through Burger King. So I don't think we get a check mark for that round.
You're correct.
I think that's the last thing we do on Thursday.
We were doing so well.
Hey, it's okay. It's okay. People, you know, we'll keep adjusting. Corson, I really liked it. I thought it was great. I did not realize it was set in 1995, so it's advanced Dungeons and Dragons. So there were some things that I was like, oh my god, I don't know anything about this. But there's a moment where there's like a real payoff where like there's a spell cast in early on in the show where real D&D heads will know like, oh, that's weird. That character shouldn't have that spell. But you, because it's a play, you're like, oh, okay, like this is an old edition, like I don't know. And then later it comes back and they're like, everybody knows that this type of person shouldn't have this type of spell. You should, like, whatever. And I was like, what the fuck? Ah! And then there's also a moment where like, they have, like, what am I even trying to say? There's also a moment where they have oh Jesus. The sister is like, oh my god, why aren't you use that spell again? And the magic caster is like, I can't, I forgot it. And the sister is like, wait, what are you talking about? And then it's like, it's a D&D thing, don't worry about it. Which is like absolutely true that sometimes certain characters can just like have, like can switch out their spells. And so it's like, it is really frustrating when you like don't stock a spell that you need for the day. And I literally laughed so loud in a very small space when she was like, it's a D&D thing, don't worry about it. And I was like, oh my god, incredible. All right, it's Friday morning.
Work.
All right.
And we're gonna have to work hard because now we only got 2.
We can't do work. We got distracted by chores again.
We gotta go into work. It's a Friday.
We can't. What happens? You tell me what happens. We wake up and we can't possibly go into work. Not first, at least. It could be the morning. It could be that we wake up early. Let's see. Here, let me roll it and let's see how it goes. Oh god, that's a 1. Endless distraction. Erase the whiteboard. Erase the tick in the current clock. So that's chores. Write what pulled you away. So we start to do chores and then we realize that we're late for work. But she makes it. We get to work. All right, we can try to, all right, what should we do next?
Thursday.
I think Karlach and Azar would be friends or maybe cousins. Absolutely, that's true. I hard agree with that. You can canonize that at any moment, Corson. What'd you say, Mom?
I think we should... Can we try to get to work?
Yeah, we can try again. The great news is we get to shuffle the deck now, so we have a little bit more chances of success. All right, work. We've got 2 slots left, so let's see how we do. Nope. Choose between... It gets harder as you go, right? Because it's like you need to be doing something, but you just want to do other things.
We obviously are very into our enjoyment.
Yeah, you can choose between socializing or enjoyment.
Well, we've got enjoyment filled, so we better go to socializing.
All right, let's see how it goes. Also, tell me what happens that we try to... What happens that we socialize?
Phone rings. That's usually what distracts you, the phone ringing.
All right, let's see how it goes. Phone rings between periods, and there's so much to do. We can mark off socializing, and then pull to switch tasks. We switch to, that's a joker. That's not right. That's a second joker. That's also not right. Oh my god, thank god. We pulled a spades card. Work distracts us. We get to work.
Okay.
So we socialize. The bell shocks us back into paying attention in class. Cool. Okay, so we want to keep doing that. And that's that. And then the next one that we're doing. Okay, so we're getting through the day. Now we're going to try to work. Oh god, endless distractions. Erase the whiteboard. Erase a
Oh
tick in the
God, what
current
are you doing,
class.
Claire?
I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard.
Whoop, just drop that.
Okay, so we got behind on work. Write what pulled your focus away. What do you think distracted us at work?
Our daughter doesn't know how to shake.
Oh my God. Samantha called the office with her dramatics.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Samantha called the office and was like, I need your help. Okay. That's that round. Last round of the day before sleep time. Do you want to try to keep working or do you want to try to switch tasks?
We're going to have to. We got to make lesson plans for next week because we're going to party all weekend.
All right. Lesson plans. Let's see how it goes. That's a 6. We hyper focus on the lesson plans, people.
Yes. We get a
This
check.
also is like peak ADHD is like, I must exploit the hyper focus as soon as possible.
Okay, so we go to bed.
Lesson plans go by quickly. Okay, then.
Sleep.
2, right, what got you hooked? What do you think got us to hyper focus on our lesson plans? What pulled our attention in? What was exciting about it?
Knowing we have weekend plans and we didn't want to spend the weekend making lesson plans.
I think it needs to be something more closely related to the task at hand. So it's like why are you pulled into that focus? Because it's not an external motivation. It's like because our brain is saying like you want to focus on this. You have to focus on this. So I feel like maybe it's something like either we came up with a really great new idea that we're excited about for our lesson plans, or we actually really love the topic that we're teaching the kids right now, or
I like that.
Lesson plans go by quickly because
we're into the subject.
They're about what is Stella like?
World geography.
What is the
culture? The cultural ends of what they're studying. Like if they're looking at Japan, they're looking at vocabulary. They're looking at.
Because she likes Stella's a little bit of a weeb. She likes Japan and she's excited to tell the kids about Japanese culture. All right, we go to bed. Friday is over. It's Saturday. Saturday. Do you want to try to finish work? Because we still have some work left. We've got work, socializing, and chores.
Now we're going to put it off till Sunday night. Let's do socializing. We get up and go to breakfast.
Get up and go to breakfast? You're absolutely right. We can get up and go to breakfast. Brunch with, who are we going with?
Do we have to always do Sue or Sam?
No, you can make up somebody else.
Okay, we're going with Clarence.
Oh. We're going to brunch with Clarence. Let's see how it goes. It's a 3, sidetracked. Erase the whiteboard and pull a card. Mark 1 tick on the drawn task. Okay, that's good. Oh, wait, no, on the drawn task. Sidetracked. Okay, we finish work. We get sidetracked by work. We finish work. Mark 1 tick on the drawn task and switch or stick to the current task. So now we still want to try to switch to going to this brunch, I'm assuming. So now let's try to go to the brunch. Oh my God. Choose between chores and work. So I think we get distracted again by chores. Oh God, that's a 1. Endless distractions. Erase the whiteboard. Erase the current task, which is chores. Oops. Write what pulled your focus away. So Stella is supposed to be at brunch, but instead finishes lesson plans and tries to change over the wash, but keeps forgetting after the beeper goes off. That's peak Claire behavior, honestly. Is forgetting that the wash is done. Okay, so we are on chores. Do you want to try to keep doing chores? Or do you want to try to get to this brunch?
I want to try to get to the brunch. Clarence is waiting.
Clarence is waiting. Oh my God, thank God. Okay, we can go to the brunch. This is our third section of the day. We go to the brunch, we get to the brunch, and let's find out how the brunch goes again. We try to go to brunch. Okay, so much to do. Mark 1 tick on the task clock. Pull to switch tasks. Okay, we go to brunch. But the chores keep calling us. We turn down Clarence's invite to the farmer's market because the dishes in the sink can't leave the back of our mind. What do you think about that?
Put them in the dishwasher. Let's go to the farmer's market.
But we can't. We can't stop thinking about the chores.
I gotta blow my nose.
Go blow your nose.
Okay.
Hey, if you're here, I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
Oh boy.
What?
Let's go to the bathroom.
Should we take a little break?
I would say so.
Let's come back in 5 minutes. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be back in 5 minutes. In the meantime, enjoy this. Okay. Here we are. It's Saturday night. What do you want to try to do? We could either continue to do chores to try, or we could socialize.
I suppose we should try to get a chore done before we socialize.
All right, so we'll continue doing
Better
chores.
shake better.
Yeah, well, also, honestly, because we are not trying to change our attention yet, it's easier to keep doing, like, it's like representative of inertia, right? So, like, we can keep our attention on the chores more easily. Okay, I rolled a 3. Sidetracked. So, we're gonna do...
Quit smoking.
What?
You're gonna have to cut off my hands, so I quit.
You know there are lots of ways that you can quit. We can talk about it.
I'm having a hard time.
Well,
okay.
I will say you gave yourself until May to figure out your
Yeah.
plan. So as long as you're still working on your plan, you're doing well, I think. All right. Do you want to try, should we end up getting distracted with enjoyment and we have to erase the whiteboard again.
Oh, God.
We
I
forget
hate it when you erase the whiteboard.
because we forget everything. It sucks.
Thanks.
Okay.
So it's Saturday. Chores. We're going to try again.
You want to try to stay up late and do chores?
Oh, it's Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, we better sleep.
All right.
We can finish our chores and socializing on Sunday, right? We got work done.
We got one more. Yeah, we got one more day so we can see how we do.
Okay.
All right. Erase today clock. Okay, done. Decide the starting task. Discard. Okay, we want to start with chores.
Yeah, because we can do them in our pajamas.
Okay. We're gonna start with chores. Let's see how this goes. God, I rolled a 1. Endless distractions. Erase the whiteboard. Erase the tick. We do less chores. We make it dirtier. Erase the tick in the current whiteboard and write what pulled your focus away. I think I think it's Murder, She Wrote pajama party.
Okay, that sounds good for a Sunday morning.
It's like, oh, I should do chores, but Ion is having a marathon or whatever. A fun real-life example of this is last month, I was late on my credit card bill for the first time in 10 years because I kept going to pay it and getting distracted before I finished, and then every time I got distracted, the whiteboard got erased. This is relatable, and not only did I forget to pay, but I also forgot paying was on my to-do list. Ugh, it's like, if you get distracted in that like middle space between two like related chore steps, I feel like that's how I most often will get distracted if it's something like that, where it's like, I was like going to I need to get my phone to open the app to pay the bill. And it's like, then there's a chance that I'll get to my phone and be like, oh no, I got to my phone. Great, I did the task. Like now I'm on my phone doing something totally unrelated. Cause like, does that happen to you where you walk into the room and then you forget what you were gonna do in the room?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's that, but obviously with a much higher frequency.
Who's
God.
saying they're so angry with themselves?
Corson.
Carson, don't get mad at yourself. Did you have to pay a late fee?
Okay, and then what should we try to do? Chores?
Yeah.
All right, well, thankfully we're not, well, it seems like we should have to redraw for it because we had to, yeah. Okay, we did get it. Okay, great. Let's see. This is why I said you could get a die if you wanted to, because I'm clearly, okay, that's a 5. Feeling productive. Mark 1 on the clock and write your accomplishment. What did we do?
We vacuumed. Spell vacuumed correctly.
I know. God. No, because it was the first time. Yeah, that's good. And honestly, also now you're gonna be hyper vigilant about it, which is annoying in a different way, but like at least you probably won't, you know, forget again. Well, who's to say really, but you know. Should we try to keep doing chores or should we try to, okay. 4. So much to do. Mark a tick on the clock.
He switched tasks. Okay, we finished chores, then we can go to socialize. Right?
Well, we don't get to pick though because it's whatever comes up randomly. It's a heart.
Oh.
So we switched to enjoyment. What do you think we do?
We've got enjoyment filled already though. Don't we want to socialize?
We want to do those things, but our brain isn't letting us just go do them. Our brain is saying, no, what we want to do is this instead.
Okay, we went back to Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. The marathon is really good. All right. And then, so here's the thing. Are we going to stay up late and try to keep doing these things? Or are we going to say we can't get it all done?
No, we're going to stay up a little later. It's Sunday night. We're rested from the weekend.
All right. We're going to try to pull for chores. Okay, we got socializing, so that's actually not bad. What?
We talk on the phone with our old college roommate.
Can't do this right now. Erase the whiteboard. Pull a card to switch tasks. Pull a second one if you didn't switch. We go back to chores. We go back to chores. So we do finish our chores.
Okay.
But the week ends, unless you want to stay up all night.
No, I got to get some sleep.
Okay, so we get 1 thing of sleep debt. And then this was our week. And you know what I think is like kind of the sad part?
We were pretty responsible.
Yeah, but like we don't remember it.
What do you mean we don't remember it?
Like the whiteboard being like a metaphor for short-term memory, right? Like it means like we remember some of it. We remember like the big swaths, but it's like harder to go back and be like, "Oh yeah, I remember what I was doing this day." It's like, "Wait a minute, it's Sunday again? How did this happen?" You know? I'll read you the in closing. In closing, once you've played all 7 days, the game is officially over. Take a moment to reflect on how it went, take pride in all your accomplishments and consider your shortcomings, look at the state of your 4 clocks, and consider what the unfilled sections represent. Are there dishes piled up in your kitchen? Did you go out to eat more than you wanted to because you couldn't find time to clean and cook? Did you forget to call your family members or fall behind at work? Consider how many more clocks you're juggling every day of your real life, and let yourself take a little pride in being able to tick any of them on any given day. So it's like you get to have like we did a ton. I honestly feel like we did better than I thought we were going to do because I was like, "Holy cow, we're actually having a really productive week."
I thought we did pretty well.
Yeah, I think we did really well, which also is because we were rolling so well at the beginning of the week, which is also interesting because it's like, yeah, I feel like that kind of the mechanics were on the side of how my brain works, at least, where it's like at the top of the week, I'm filled with big ideas and productivity and getting a lot done. And then as the week goes on, it's like less and less. Or do you know like the spoons theory? Have you heard of this?
What's the spoons theory?
It's like it's a very tangible way to describe like mental resource, if you will, of like I everybody might have a different amount of spoons depending on like how, like if they have a disability, if you're having a bad MS. Oh, I'm just going to use your MS as an example. If you're having a good day, you might have 50 spoons. And then it's like, okay, cool. Walking the dogs takes 5 spoons. Like cleaning the house, that's pretty hard. That might take 10 spoons. Going to work is like at least 5, if not more, depending on the day, kind of a thing. But if you're having a bad day, it's like you start the day with 20 spoons instead of 50 spoons, but everything still costs the same. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I feel like this is like reminding me of that theory.
I like the spoon theory.
What did you think?
I like this one because I didn't have to pretend that much.
Yeah, but you did a lot of imagining.
You know, I'm eating a cutie. I grew up in a generation where you played like Sorry
Yeah.
or Mystery Date, you know? There was a board in front of you.
Well, they make those too. I think
I liked this one.
Yeah, I think that's what I was realizing is I think we have to work you up to the full-fledged like role play experience. I think this type of game is really great as like we can go through it together on the same team type of a thing. The next thing I want to do with you is have you play a 2-person TTRPG with me where we each have our tabletop role-playing game. Like Dungeons and Dragons, like this where you're pretending to be someone else. Or in that vein, you know?
After May 1st.
Yes, yes. Not in a rush. Not in a rush. It took a long enough time to get you to agree to do this, so I don't think... you know. This was neat, though.
A little... choking on my cutie.
Oh my god, please don't choke on air.
A little at a time. You guys are so good at those world top playing games, and I don't always follow them. I mean, I watch, and then I'm like, they're fighting, or they're in a pretend land, and it's like, I'm not real good with imagination.
But I will say, Corson just said it was really fun to watch you both play this. Thank you. I was kind of hoping that it would be interesting conversation fodder as well.
Likes us.
Corson does like us, but also, like, you know, that's okay. We're likable.